How we doing today, man? We are live in a paper trade right here. We did take one trade on our XFA account, and kind of frustrated, man. Pretty frustrated. Let me get everything sorted here. Pretty frustrated with it. This is like the continuation play of it. Who knows? It might not work out. The things against this trade right now is this 5-minute gap, which is why I had this as my break-even point. But we did deliver out a 5-minute gap right here, so it looks all right. But I just don't like this hesitation. So I do kind of hope it loses, just because it shows. But what was I looking at going into the day actually? Before we get into all of that, first of all, I was looking at right here. I was looking at the fact that we ran all the highs overnight, so I was expecting a little bit choppy every day. I didn't really expect to get a trade, and I knew if I did get a trade, I want to be a lot more protective with my trade. Right, it's just simple because we had all the draws and liquidity get taken out overnight, so all my targets, right, coming into around here, I was like, okay, cool. Tomorrow I'm longing. I'm taking longs, and we're at all-time highs, so I want to take longs again because just follow the trend, but we blast up overnight, rebalance, and then blast up again. So I didn't really have much higher time frame narrative for these trades. I did want to see London low get taken before taking longs, and we got that. I wanted to maybe take a trade to the London low. One of the really good trades I saw. The first really good trade I saw was this right here. Let me reload this. I don't know why there's a glitch. There. But the first really good trade I saw was here. We had an SMT with this high right here, and this high didn't take it out. Same thing here. Right off open, we had an SMT again. We got SMT at the highs. We have data lows below, or not even data lows, but then 8:30 news didn't get swept. And then we had a change in state delivery because we had the candle that swept out the highs, gets closed below. That's a change in state delivery. It gets retraded to really well, uses it, closes. This is a really nice close. You could have got it on there, on this order block as well, confirmation, and just stops at the high. And rode the trade down all the way to this, and then London lows. So that was a really nice trade. There was another re-entry that I tweeted that I really liked, but I just didn't take it. And I'll show you guys. It's on the 30-second right here. The reason I like this 30-second trade, let's go to this account here. The reason I like this 30-second trade is we had a 2-minute gap right here. It's very small to see, but I'm going to put in this blue line. That's the 2-minute gap. So we trade up to the 2-minute gap. Up to the 2-minute gap, we still have London lows and the 8:30 lows below. So you could have gotten a short with this invalidation of this fair value gap. It wicks nicely back up into it. This is your break-even point. You go break-even and you run to your take profit. Would have been a very solid trade. I tweeted that, was like, cool, I missed this trade or didn't take it. I'm skeptical taking shorts all-time highs, right? It's not a bad trade. These were really good. This was really good shorts. I feel like everyone should have been playing shorts. I guess we got stopped out here. Oh, we had our max loss on the practice? Oh, well. Yeah, really nice short. Didn't take it, scared all-time highs. Whatever. I'm not upset about that. But this price action is weird today. I immediately wouldn't be too curious in anything, but I'll go over kind of what I saw. So then, after this point, right? After this point, we sweep out all the draws and liquidity, and we have a really strong reaction right here. So we have a really strong reaction. If you would have taken this 2-minute, you would have got clapped right here. This 2-minute inverse, I was thinking about it, but then it closed all the way up here. So we make relative equal highs with the 5-minute. If we look at the 5-minute here, this is a fair value gap with relative equal high. I was expecting us to revisit this. So basically simple. I just wait. I waited, and I was looking for a trade in here, just chopping. So it's like, cool, I'm not going to take a trade there. Now we have all this low resistance liquidity built up, though. And then I was like, cool. I want to see this get ran at some point. Again, I'm not sure why we have this gap here. Is that 10 o'clock? No. So then we end up running this low right here. That's not an SMT, but we run the low. So we resweep, and we have all this built up liquidity. As soon as we got this candle push up, we got change of state delivery right here. And I wanted to long right off this. And if I did, I would have caught a lot more of a trade. But I'll show you guys where I got in. I don't know. I'm just like skeptical of this because of the chop. I didn't want to just get too excited about one green candle. This was a very valid change of state delivery right here. Okay, is there a gap on the NQ chart here? No. Okay, that's annoying that we have that. I don't know why we have this gap, but this would have been a very solid trade. I was just kind of hesitant to take this because again, it just felt like I was gonna just take any green candle right after a, just a sweep, low resistance liquidity, and then one big green candle. I didn't want to just take this and be the method. So I was just kind of waiting. I was like, okay, cool. What do I want to see? I want to see us, really do something out of this. And so I'll show you guys on the 30-second what I was looking at and what I ended up taking my trade for. So I should have longed this gap break. Should have longed this one because we got the chain of state delivery, I think here. Yeah, right here. And then we got this inversion right here with all this low resistance liquidity. I could have got in, and then I could have gone break even at this internal high, which we would have purged right here, and we could have been in here. We'd still be in the trade with our runners, and we would have taken profits. We would have taken most off at this high, 34 points right here. And we would have been eating, right? And we would have been risk off right here. We would have had a way different day. I didn't take that one. I should have, looking back. I guess it just kind of happened quick. Again, I didn't want to just get baited by a green candle and be like, oh my gosh, it's going up, I'm going to buy now. And I just didn't want to look like an idiot. And then this ends up playing well. Trades back down to this. Doesn't reach the fair value gap fully, and then trades above. And then at this point, I was like, cool, I just want to see this become an order block on the 30-second to confirm, okay, right? Because if we were just being the method and this was just fake pump, this would start rolling over and continue selling. It wouldn't get a closure back above. So when we got this close above, I was like, cool, I like that, but I didn't like that this one didn't close, this one didn't close. And now I'm like, okay, cool, but what if we're just running this high and stopping? So then I wanted to see this imbalance get ran through. So I was just kind of really too hesitant today. It gets ran through here. I enter the trade, and then I go break even at these highs right here, really close to where I got in. And then I took one partial off at this, I believe, let's see. Yeah, I took a partial at this high, and I'll show you guys. I took a partial at this high right here, around like 24, 23 points based on where I got filled. Took one partial out. I went 4 micros, and then took one partial, and then had like a trailing stop. So or not trailing stop. I just moved to break even. My bad. Took one partial at this order block here, just because I was like, cool. If we don't run all the way, I want to grab something from the trade, which I did. It's not much, but it helps you get closer out of drawdown, I guess. And it's like you're taking off 25 points. I was gonna hold to here, so it's like half of the trade, right? So this trade would have been around 50 points. So I take about half of the trade size. I take 1 micro off. I was cool with that. I mean, obviously hindsight, they had me win on the day instead of just being complete break even. And then the market just has kind of sold off and chopped around. So if I would have gotten the more ideal entry, which I wish I did, I would still be in this trade, and I would have made a lot more money. But it's all right? Because this is a day where I don't have the ability to say, look, I got in here. It's not like I got in here and closed the trade right here. I didn't get in here. I got in here, still valid, still the model is still there. It's an internal market maker buy model, but I don't have any confidence, right, in this 30-second model beyond these highs, right? We could have just swept these highs just to get into the 5-minute to sell off the rest of the day. So I still like the trade. Was it the best entry? No, I should have got the best entry down here, but that's all right. We missed out. And that's cool. There's always going to be another trade. Just kind of like yesterday, right? That's why it's frustrating that yesterday I did close my trade at break even when it would have won, because this week would be looking a lot different. We would be up a lot more instead of being only up $450, we'd be up $650, and then we'd be really close to out of drawdown. But I want to show you guys these stats since I started following my rules. I started following my rules perfectly on the 16th, June. Start following my rules perfectly from the 16th or from the 16th on, and I've made $845. This is kind of not skewed, but like I want to get these stats up. This is from me just partially bad and getting break even. But this is where I really want to show you guys. Look, I've taken 4 losing trades, and I don't know why it says 4. I guess my break even today got stopped for a loss, even though it didn't lose, but it got stopped as a loss because I had a break even, it filled me, but I haven't lost 4 times. I've really only lost, I've taken 1 trade, I've taken 1 loss, 2 losses, and this one's a 3rd loss, I guess. So, I don't really know why it says 4. Let's change this to, should say 3 now. Yeah, 3 losses. Again, I think that counted my losing trade today, so I have an 88% win rate. Does that really mean much? No, because the way they do it's kind of weird, so I don't really care about that. But I just want to show you guys this, right? This is what happens, power following rules, being disciplined. And we really haven't, like, we still have a lot of room to improve. We still can get a lot better with our trading. We can still make a lot of adjustments, but this is just really positive. This is really positive look from negative 1,260 to negative 415. So I'm happy with the direction this account's going, with the way we're trading. Am I frustrated with today and yesterday? Yes. I mean, we could have done really, really well. We could have done really, really well. This could have been we could have just taken the whole trade off right here, really. We probably would have left a runner, but we could have taken the whole trade off. I was considering getting in 2 micros here and then 2 micros when we inversed. So that would have been, we would have been in 2 micros there, and then we would have caught an average filled right around here. So we would actually end up getting something like this. So we made like 23 points. We could have scaled 3. That's really technical. I'm not going to really worry about that. But point being, we missed out on $200 yesterday. Just objectively, we closed our trade early. We shouldn't have, and it would have hit take profits. So that was $200 we missed out on. And then today, we didn't really miss out on anything. We just didn't take the best possible trades, and we didn't make a lot of money from it. Right? It's going to happen. But that's the difference. That's the difference between being super profitable, is being able to catch those trades perfectly, being able to get in here, being able to hold yesterday's trade so we can actualize the profits that we're getting from the trades we're seeing, from the way we're reading the market. We have been reading the market very well, right? This was a good read. Just because it didn't go all the way up here doesn't, like, I'm not upset. This is still a good read on the market. It's still good. The timing's good. Everything's good. The patience, the one trade, we're doing good. It's just now going to be putting all those pieces together and really having them work for each other, having them work for me, and really see like a lot of the benefits from this, from following my rules, doing all this stuff, staying consistent, and we're slowly getting there, man. I really want to be out of drawdown badly. It's like itched at my soul. And again, people are gonna clown me for a $47 day, but we hit 1 take profit, right? What am I gonna do about it? Same thing with like yesterday. You can clown me because I closed the trade early. Yeah, that's me. But this, we hit 1 take profit. What am I supposed to do, right? Like, it's just how life is. So, yeah, small day. Improvements to be made. And we would have been stopped at break even if we got in on optimal entry. Notice how we trade back down to this 1 minute, and then we, this is crazy that we have this ineligible practice account. It's all right. I don't need a practice account. But yeah, that was the trades, man. Or the trade. It's like the trading process is so slow. That's the thing that you guys probably realize if you trade. You're not going to get rich overnight. You're not going to be passing all your accounts, getting all these payouts that you want overnight. It's a slow grind. I've had this account for almost 4 months, like pretty much 4 months. That's crazy to think that I've been trading. I've been putting all this effort into one account for 4 months, and we're negative, right? But if I worried about the negative, if I didn't worry about always be glass half full. Don't be glass half empty, because guess what? I could be glass half empty. Wow, we've been trading for 4 months on this account. It's still negative. I haven't made a payout. All this. Who cares? Glass half full. I've been trading on this account for 4 months. I still haven't blown it. I was down really bad. I've been pulling out a drawdown, doing the right things. We started good habits. We started getting better, right? I still struggle with holding my positions. I still struggle with, letting my trades play out. I still struggle with hesitation. I still struggle with fear. I still struggle with, all these different things that you got to get through when you're trading. I still struggle with them. So the fact that we're even in this situation is good. It's progress. You know what I mean? And my determination is to either get a payout or to blow this account the right way. I've never done that before. I've never lost an account trading the right way. I've never gotten a payout trading the right way. I've never passed an account, right? Trading really, really well without making any mistakes. So, market's really choppy. If you're still looking for a trade by the time this video comes out and it still looks like this, just hop off the charts, right? We had some good price action to London low, and we had some good price action back up to these internal highs. But other than that, I don't really think we're going to see too much super clean the rest of this day, because it's just looking like one of those days, really, where we kind of do our thing and then we just chop around. I mean, I think that we need some room down lower, but, I'm not going to sit here and try and predict. My day is done. So we get this video out a little bit earlier, and yeah, man. Appreciate all the support on the channel. If you're going to buy an Apex or Alpha Futures account, use code Diego. does help me out, and that's sick. How did you guys do today? I feel like today was honestly one of those days where it was like a low-key, sneaky, tricky day. Like, I could see how you get really messed up in these conditions today. Today looks like it's shaping up to be a very tricky day. Very tricky day. So I don't blame you if you lost. I don't blame you if you just got chewed up in this market, because unless you got in shorts right off open or this long, you're probably not having a great time. I'm just going to be honest. So I appreciate all you guys watching. Please like the video if you liked it. Comment, let me know how your guys' day went. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Summer's so boring. Like, I just surf and go to the gym. Like, there's no sport, there's no soccer games. Madrid aren't playing. Dude, I just got like nothing to look forward to in the summer, man. I can't wait for the fall. Maybe stay locked in, get dialed in. Side note, just a little personal thing. My foot is killing me, dude. I think I might have like a stress fracture or something. I gotta get that checked out because something wrong with it. And I don't know what it is, but that's besides the point. Hit a run yesterday, and it just is killing me ever since. So that's super disheartening, but that's life, man. I feel like becoming an adult is just like all these ups and downs, and it's just like that's just what it is to become, an adult. But all this low resistance liquidity getting built up, it just like susses me out. I don't know. If I hadn't taken a trade, I would not take a trade today. But at least we got something to talk about today. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate you guys for all the support on the channel. We're so close to 5K subs. This video is not gonna get me there, but maybe in a month from now. In a month from now, we should be at 5,000 subs, which is crazy. 10K is like the dream at this point. Do I ever see myself being someone with 100K subscribers on trading YouTube the way I'm posting? Probably not right now. Maybe when we're killing it with profits, but as a documentator of my journey, it'll probably not happen that way. But 10K is very realistic. That's my goal next year, man. Be at 10K or however long. It's a process, man. That's the thing about anything. Social media, trading, it's such a long process to get anywhere in life. And that's kind of frustrating. It's kind of frustrating sometimes because it's not linear. It's not just straight up. It's real grueling process. But we'll be there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I appreciate you guys. Peace.